Ladies and gentlemen, from the Microsoft Theater here in downtown Los Angeles, brought to you by Shawn Porter Promotions, live from Los Angeles.
Go ahead, Hamburger, kick it off.
Go ahead, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, look how he doing. He leaving us, baby. He leaving us. Look at it. That said, the Porter Way podcast.
Porter Way.
Did Carson have one?
No.
Does Shawn have one?
No.
But I got one. No. Hey, does Royce got one? Producers don't have none.
Royce is his in the mail.
Wow.
Oh,
that would be hilarious.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, Royce. He do us like Joe did Rory and Maul. I'ma sleep him. I'm telling you right now.
Hey, listen, this was in the archives. All right, I had to go in the archives for this one right quick. But some coming. We got some merchandise. The young people say merch. Yeah. We got merch coming soon. This was kind of, this is the development stages. I wanted to see the reaction.
Hey, I'm hating.
You feel it?
I want one. I want one.
No, not really. But you got it.
All right. I don't know why I even asked him.
Not everybody's going to like it.
Oh, yeah.
You got to be able to deal with negative reactions.
You did?
He gives it a thumbs down.
Portermania is running wild.
Okay.
The color scheme was a little off.
Hey. Royce said it was garbage.
What about you, Royce? You feeling the jump?
He says
right
zero
here?
mics.
He's going to say nah.
I like it, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Listen, of course, Showtime, Shawn Porter, Carson A. Merck, Anthony Bernal, Sean Zytel with the fight hype.
That's right.
And we got on the screen with us today, blessing the Porter Way podcast, Grammy nominated guy right here, my guy.
One of the greatest lyricists of all time.
Ooh.
All time.
Okay.
Royce, the 5'9".
What's up, fellas?
What's going on, boss?
Thank you guys for those kind words, man. I feel like I'm on the Jumbotron right now.
You lightweight is.
It's not the Summer Jam screen though, so nothing nefarious is gonna happen.
And the throne fitting in though. The throne fits in.
Yeah, I'm stunting.
Yeah. We see you. So listen, man, we're gonna talk a little bit of boxing with you right quick, and then of course we're gonna talk about my fight with Terrence Crawford, which I know that you're really excited about and looking forward to. And then real quick, and then we'll introduce something that you and I got going on that we decided to collab with real quick, and then we'll get you on your way. But we thank you for coming on with us.
Thank you for having me, man. It's an honor and a privilege.
I gotta ask you what you think about Boots Ennis.
Man, come on, man. That dude is scary, man. He's scary. I mean, is he a natural welterweight?
Well, you think he bigger?
He just seems big. I've never seen him in person. He just seems big.
He's a natural welterweight.
He's a natural welterweight.
Yep.
I mean,
he's not fighting down and he's not fighting up. He's a natural welterweight.
He could probably, I wouldn't be surprised if he becomes champ at 54 and then 60. I stood next to him. I'm 6'1". We were damn near the same size.
He's a big kid.
He's going to last at 47 for a while, though.
Without taking it won't hurt him.
Yeah, no, he's gonna do that for a while, and then he'll move up to 54. What's scary about him?
I think the division is his. It's his after y'all move on.
What's scary about him?
I mean, there's nothing that he really can't do. So he got bombs in both hands.
Yeah.
He got bombs in both hands. He punched with conviction with both hands.
He do.
I mean, he can do everything good, man. He's fast. You know what I mean? He's smart. His ring IQ is high. He seems sharp. He don't seem like his lifestyle seems to correspond with, you know what I mean? Like with where you need to be mentally as a fighter. He seemed focused in that area, which, that's a problematic area for young fighters.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we haven't seen him get tested, but man, just looking at skill and nothing else, that's scary shit to look at.
Pass the eye test.
Yeah.
Hey, Royce, I know you used to like Roy Jones back in the day. Shawn was saying he feels like Boots has some of that Roy Jones-esque, talent or whatnot. Do you feel that way too?
I can see the comparison. I can see the comparison just because of the athleticism. Yep. I mean, he's like, Roy was like, Roy had this he had this thing where he's real good at like determining distance. It would seem like he's like out of punching range. It would seem like he's like really far from the fighter. Then next thing you know, he's throwing a hook where he's like jumping.
Yeah.
Kind of like how it feels. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like Boots has that kind of like that way of being able to determine distance. You know what I mean? And then he's just real athletic, man. You know what I mean? Like real light on his feet. I definitely see the comparison.
Hey, can you call your boy Tony Harrison up? Tell him we got to get this Charlo Tony 3. Man, that was everything it was for boxing.
Charlo want to do it? You think he want to do it?
Nah. That boy, he gave him problems. He made him work for it. He knocked him out in the second one, but hey, that Detroit was coming out. My boy is entertaining.
Tony is a pure fighter, man.
Yeah.
He's a pure fighter. I think he's underrated.
Have you seen Tony work? Have you seen Tony train? Have you ever seen him train?
Nope.
Okay. No. I know some people who have been in camp with him, and they said the exact same thing. They say he's a pure fighter. Like he's in training, and training's different from fight. But they said the guy I was talking to said I'd never spar with anybody that boxes like him. He says like you never knew when he was gonna punch. He was always aware defensively. It was hard to touch him and catch up with him. He's like, I don't know what to say about him. He's just a pure boxer. Like he can box. I was like, yeah, that's what Tony looks like on fight night. If he can, manage those storms that comes his way. But yeah, he's a pure fighter. You're right.
I think it's just a chant. It's just a chant.
Yeah.
He got all the rest of the tools. He definitely got the heart, got the conditioning. He got everything else. I just think if you touch him the wrong way, and it's just like
start breakdancing.
You can't really determine that. You know what I mean? Like who can go to the gym and work out their chin?
Right.
Yeah. Top 5 trash talker in the game, in my opinion.
Oh man,
so easy. We mentioned Boots. Who are some of the other guys right now in boxing you like watching specifically?
Shawn, of course, but I like Earl. I like Danny Garcia a lot too. I like Danny Garcia. Canelo is up there for me. I like both the Charlos. I was a big Danny Jacobs fan. I think he kind of underrated.
Yeah.
I think Lomachenko is cool.
Don't get him started.
I like Teofimo. I like Tank.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. You gotta like the future of boxing.
Yeah. I think that performance that Shakur just put on, that's like he drew his line in the sand with that performance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I actually have been waiting for that this whole time. As I've been following them, because I know it came with a little bit of controversy, Sean. Like your take on the Devin Haney fight, not even to open that back up.
Uh-huh.
I kind of had the same position on that. I was just really, really concerned with the way that he reacted to getting hurt. I was worried about him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I don't know how telling that is because he's so young.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I don't think it's telling. I think it's it was a learning experience for him, and like I said, none of us want to have those experiences. If you do have them, the best thing to do is what happened to Devin. He had 2 rounds to go, and he weathered that storm, and he got out of the ring. You know what I mean? So I think it's gonna show itself in the future where he may get caught with a really good shot, and we see him take it, and we might be a little surprised based on the way he took that shot from Linares. But for the most part, I got a feeling that those heavy shots, or not heavy shots, but those clean punches that he may take, because he's tough to touch in the first place. Yeah. So those popping shots that he may take in the future, he'll take them much better. And I think that'll again he'll be proving things to the audience as it happens.
Who is one rapper you don't want to see in the ring? You versus who? Who don't you want to see?
In boxing ring?
Yeah.
50 Cent.
That's probably a good call. That's a good call.
Emmanuel Stewart said he could box back in the day.
Yeah, 50 could fight, man. But he's big. He's tall and he's big. You know what I mean?
I was thinking Freddie Gibbs based on the height. Think you break them down? It's a Midwest battle, Indiana versus Michigan.
I feel like I could beat any rapper in the ring.
Oh man!
Ooh, look at him and look at him. Didn't even smile. Like, just why are you so serious? Why are you so serious?
Nah, I mean, I I wouldn't get in the ring with him. You know what I mean? Because my days of getting punched in the face are over with. You know what I mean? Like that part, I don't. I like hitting pads and bags. I don't like actually getting punched.
Hey Royce, when people try to get tough with me, I say, hey, I'm a tax-paying citizen now. I ain't about none of that no more. Hey, those days are over. Back in you caught me 10 years ago, yeah, whatever. But now, nah.
But if we did like a tournament, a friendly tournament with all the rappers, I think I would be in the top. I think I would be definitely in the top class.
Yeah.
You looking to the left and right like who I got in the studio with me right now. I can whoop all these cats.
But it makes sense. I mean, you're coming from Michigan. That's where so many of the great fighters have come from. Why do you think that is, Royce? What is it about being either from Detroit or just Michigan, period? Hearns and Mayweather and Clarissa Shields and
Midwest.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know what it is, man. Maybe it's something in the water. Maybe we gotta kind of like, we gotta pick up where some of the greats have left off. You know what I mean? It's the same with music. You know, I get that same question with music. Just coming from the Motown era. You know what I mean? It's like basically big shoes to fill. Having Crump, boxing gym in Detroit as a kid, that obviously played a part. You know what I mean? Like a gym that historic. And then my uncle was a fighter, a professional fighter. You know what I mean? So I paid attention to it in a different way. And I think it's the same in like Philly, New York, you know, places like that. So I guess that's really attributed to.
Yeah, y'all got one of the Great Lakes. Cleveland got one of the other ones.
Yeah. Shout out to Lake Erie, the best lake of all of them.
That's where the water is.
Hey, don't comment on it. Let them go.
Give us your thoughts on I'm gonna speak like I ain't here on Porter Crawford.
Hey, you answer that.
Give us your thoughts on Porter Crawford.
Well, the fans are gonna win that fight. Like the fans are gonna win that fight. It's not gonna really be a loser in that regard. But I'm just glad that it's happening. First of all, I'm glad that it's like the two guys with the biggest hearts in the division. You know what I mean? And it's like it's been too long where it seems like two promotion companies can't seem to come to some agreement to make the fights happen that people want to see. Shawn, you always the equalizer. You always the guy that's stepping up and just, you know what I mean? Like switching everything around and kind of like just disrupting shit. And it's kind of like you calling out both those situations to let them know that these fights can be made. Mm-hmm. And you stepping up to the plate when other people, I think, don't want to. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be, respectfully, both you guys' toughest fight that you've ever fought. And I can't tell you how it's going to go, man. I really can't. I really can't. All I know is I'm glad I ain't got to be in there. Mm-hmm. That's all I know.
Same.
Hey, Royce, I got hyped about this fight when I seen Gamboa hurt Crawford, and Crawford just looked at him like, let's go. And when Shawn got dropped by Earl, and Shawn got up and said, looked at Earl, said, let's go. I was like, okay, I know what I'm getting this fight. Yeah. These boys got heart. They're about to give it everything they got. And it's about to win this one.
It's going to be I think it's going to be a lot more technical than people are thinking about, you know.
Absolutely.
I think when you think of Shawn, especially when you look at like the casual fans, the first thing they think is, oh yeah, he's gonna go in there, he's gonna just muscle them, he's gonna make it real dirty and shit like that. But he didn't do that with Earl. He boxed the shit out of Earl, boxed the shit out of Keith. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what Shawn is gonna do. You know what I mean? I feel like I know with Bud, he's gonna get in there and he's gonna make whatever adjustments he feels he needs to make. I think that's one of his biggest gifts, his ability to be able to adjust and, you know, his critical thinking, like in those moments. Mm-hmm. So it's just gonna be interesting to see, you know, both of those things clash. You know what I mean?
And so you and I actually, the first time we really connected was when I was promoting my fight with Errol Spence Jr. We had a good conversation, and we kind of was bouncing some ideas off of one another about promoting boxing, promoting big fights, and where's the target audience. And you know, I think that we were able to unlock some keys and some doors in that sense, and it actually gave me the energy to go to Sway before coming back from DC, I told my dad, hey, we got to go to New York and do Sway before we go back to the West Coast. And my dad says, why? It's like, we got to touch that audience. We got to let everybody know that this big fight with Errol Spence Jr. is happening. And so thank you for that. Thank you for that conversation that we had. It really, a lot of people talk about how I promote fights and that how I know how to promote fights. And it's like, you don't learn how to do it overnight. Yeah. And depending on who you are, if you understand that you should ask for guidance, and if you got the right people to reach out to, you may get some nuggets. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So Royce gave me some nuggets way back, and that had to be 2018. And then so now we've flipped it around. And your guy Tom and I have become real cool over the last 6 months or so. And Tom says, he says, I really want to help you promote this fight. Let's see if Royce is on this. And we have started Shawn Royce and Tom Uncut. And that's going to be on Say What Media Presents on all of the podcasting platforms. And then on YouTube, it's just Say What Media. And so what I'm going to be doing is talking to Royce once a week through the rest of this camp, and really kind of giving everybody that in-depth perspective of what it means to go through a championship training camp and have that championship walk all the way to the fight. So
the new slaughterhouse, some would say.
Something like that.
So Royce, the question is, who is more of an honor to work with? DJ Premier, Shawn, or Slaughterhouse? Because I mean, that's a Mount Rushmore right there.
Or Eminem.
Nah.
Come on, man.
It's Primo.
Y'all make
it's gotta be Primo, right?
No. Yeah, I didn't get to get in the ring with Shawn like Charlamagne did. So
look at him. We can make that happen.
No,
Royce will do better than Shawn.
Royce has got great family he's got to take care of.
I was looking at that shit thinking to myself, why is Charlamagne? Yeah, but no, it's an honor to work. It's an honor to work with all of them, man. Like I love all of them for different reasons. You know what I mean? Like it's always great, man, to be able to work in close proximity with people that you respect. People that you respect. I respect what Shawn does. I respect what Marshall does. I look up to Preem as my OG. I wrote letters to D&D Studios before I even had a record deal. So just every moment around that guy is just surreal anyway. You know what I mean? So it's just a blessing. It's just a blessing. So, when me and Shawn do our thing, I want to ask you, Shawn, all of the tough, well, not the tough questions, but just the questions that I think people want answers to.
Right. So we did an episode. I think we're going to drop this episode. When are we dropping this episode? The first episode.
Suspense. Who knows?
Yeah.
The question.
Stay tuned.
That's a good
coming
question.
up. It's
coming soon.
I never know these things. Let me see.
Yeah.
Also, I saw Joel Ortiz has an album coming soon, so feel free to throw that in there as we're trying to transition here. Is Joel's album out?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the Yawa.
Yeah. I'm a big Joel fan.
So the first episode will be out this week. To cut it right there, but it should be coming out like. I thought we were gonna do Monday, but then we ended up doing our thing. Today's Monday, so we had to record our show Monday. So maybe even Wednesday, or maybe even Tuesday,
Thursday,
so.
Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
Be looking for
Stay
it.
tuned.
We appreciate you for your time, Royce. Go ahead.
Hey, Royce, it's been hard not to drop some of your quotables. Getting to talk with you, but
he'll be back.
But like I told you before the show, man, for what it's worth, Death is Certain, not just one of the great rap albums, but just one of the great albums in music. And then I love how, like a decade apart, Success is Certain. Like that's just a beautiful story. And you got so many great albums, but which one's your favorite, man? Is it Death is Certain, or what would you say it is?
Mm-hmm. I had an album called Book of Ryan. I created that album. That album is created to be my favorite because it's my self-defining album. I feel like every artist should have that one. And that's that one for me. Usually artists do those kinds of albums first that define who they are. It took me 15 plus years to be able to open up in that way, so I'm definitely the most emotionally invested in that album, but I love them all for different reasons. Death is Certain I can't even listen to because it takes me to a time and to a place that I don't like going to, and which is a good thing and a bad thing. The bad thing is I don't get to listen to it. The good thing is I must have did my job. I must have hit my target on that because.
There you go. There you go.
You know?
Should have won album of the year last year, in my opinion, for the allegory, but this is my 2 cents.
Thank you. I got snubbed.
Hey, to the genre, you're Thanos.
I'm just kidding. I feel like they owe Nas reparations.
There were a lot of good nominees last year, to be fair. There was no slouch albums in there. But.
All right, Big Royce, we got a job to do, man. We're going to let you go. We appreciate you. And again, stay tuned. Say What Media presents on all of the podcasting platforms. Say What Media on YouTube. You'll see Shawn Royce and Time Uncut. And that'll be kind of the whole me going to the fight. You're going to see it all. You're going to hear it all right there on Shawn Royce and Time Uncut. Thank you, Royce.
Thank y'all for having me, man. I love the show.
Yes.
Well, I'm listening
And
to the
drink
book of
water,
Ryan
eat
front to
fruit,
back
and
now.
mind your business.
Yeah, I saw that. And
I
was
like
Get
that.
Money on there? I think Get Money was mixed
No, that
in
was
there.
way. I ain't seen
Was
it.
it? I don't know.
It could have been on there.
I think it was in there.
I'll get that.
All good
It was a
advice.
bar. Yeah, absolutely.
So with this, what we gonna do? Because I felt like I asked y'all like how some of our episodes go and so on and so forth, and I feel like y'all wasn't too happy because we kind of went a little left a little bit more than y'all like. So what we gonna do is we gonna get into the boxing thing, and then we gonna pull some other stuff at the end.
I all that. We told y'all at the end of the episode, this is our show. We do it how we
And
want
there's
to.
also timestamps if you're watching on YouTube. So
watch
use the
it.
timestamps if you need to.
Yeah,
But
so.
we had some boxing this weekend. I feel like we go maybe ESPN first. Top rank, Filipino Shawn Porter holding it down. Jonas Sultan.
He told me that when I met him. They kept saying that to me.
Yeah.
He's the Shawn Porter, the Filipino Shawn Porter.
Yeah, he looked good.
And
I thought you just couldn't understand what he was saying. Huh?
At first, but I think that they kind of want to make that his nickname, which is like pretty
I'm
cool.
not sure if
so,
it'll be official. I don't know what his official nickname is.
yeah,
but
so they were like, so
They're
I'm
professional.
humble. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Like, I'm not just throwing that out there. Like, I'm humble.
And his performance did that justice.
Yeah.
Caraballo was undefeated, and he went in there and
14-0, 14 knockouts.
and he dropped Caraballo 4 times. And he was bringing it. Yeah, they said early, I think it was the first round maybe, and they said, yeah, he says he's the Filipino Shawn Porter, and I was like, damn, he was walking him down too.
At 14-0, you have 14 knockouts? Oh, that looked like you.
Oh, listen to you.
Oh.
Yeah, he's the real deal. He's a little less as far as not to compare him too in depth to Shawn, but he's a little less
He's wild.
bouncy athletically. Like I feel like he has the come forward mind. He gets low, got the turns, but he's just a little less like explosive
He's got
as
some
far
heat.
as athletic. But yeah, no, great performance. Shout out to the Filipino Shawn Porter.
So does he get your blessing? Is he?
You know why he gets my blessing? He gets my blessing because I really don't want him to. I want him to, you know, find his own name and find his own way. And hopefully those Filipinos look at him like that's Sultan's style, not Shawn Porter's style. You know what I'm saying? So, and again, like I'm very humbled that he would think that, and his coach and his team would think that or whatever. But he gets my blessing because he went in there. He went in there and he puts it down.
Yeah,
like he's not playing no games. He's a fighter. He clearly has power in both hands. Yeah. And, you know, I just think that, you know, people want to see excitement. And with Manny just now retiring, you know, people are going to be looking to the Philippines now for who's next.
And he has a win over Casemiro. I mean, world
Wow.
title. Yeah, he's legit. I was very impressed. Gets the upset. Main event was a brief one, to say the least. A lot of trash
do you
talk.
explain
Was that a talk shit get hit? 'Cause
He said, how do you explain that?
I was surprised that I know Jose was coming off a good performance on ESPN, but I was a little surprised he was in the ring with Zepeda. I think he was in over his head. You know, if you look at his, I think part of him carried that name still from being with the Mayweather team early in his career, and that gets you a certain level of buzz. I don't really think, you know, he earned his way there, but I just thought he was in over his head. And this was one guy who's a name because he's a top 5 guy in the division.
Right.
And another guy who's a name because, you know, it began with Floyd and he's a solid fighter after that. So I don't know if what's impressive is Zepeda, like against Hank Lundy, his last fight was passive.
Yeah.
The book on Zepeda, some experts were saying is he's a hot cold guy. He looks good, and then the next fight disappoints, and then he looks good. So he has to come out and show this again in his next fight. And I know you mentioned you'd like the Ramirez rematch, I believe, right? Yeah. So
Yeah, Zepeda, I mean, it wasn't anything.
He beat the dog out of him.
Yeah, it wasn't anything like that creative that dropped him. Like he slips a punch and then that was it. I was actually surprised he got up from the first knockdown because he like stumbled back, fell into the ropes. I thought the ref might even just say, hey, you know, this is too much.
But the highlights, you would think that was it.
Yeah,
But he actually got up and got
up. So,
yeah.
You know, tipped the cap in the brief performance there, but then got lit up in the corner. But talked a lot of trash.
This when trash talking goes wrong.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't like the Shawn interviews. Like I said, Shawn was just, hey, sometimes you got to shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He backed it up. Zepeda was like, "Hey, there's levels to it," and there was levels to it. So, big win, and then the Porterway podcast was in the building.
Okay, yeah, we was
Out
up there.
here.
We was deep.
Yeah,
we were all
Yeah,
four.
we all deep.
Mandalay Bay, Michelob Ultra Arena, great venue for anyone still looking to buy tickets.
They're going fast, go.
Porter, going like hot.
Put the banners back up, Michelob Ultra. Put up the Lennox Lewis, De La Hoya Vargas, all those great fights you had. Put those banners back up.
Drop the screen from the top.
Yeah.
Classic. But opening fight on the televised portion, Michel Rivera gets a pretty one-sided win. Tough guy. Romero, we've seen him in there.
Tough guy.
With Isak Cruz and
Rivera's jab was really good,
Yeah.
really poignant, on point from round one. Wasn't able to get the rest of the offense going till really the second half of the fight, but he's just a solid top 10 lightweight who's still young.
Yeah.
There's nothing about him, I think, that strikes fear or worry into the hearts of T.O. Tank and Haney. But he's
good though.
He's a top solid guy. Yeah. And again, he's still young. I think he's 23 years old. So
23 and he's like 21-0.
So he's got one loss.
Oh,
He's got one loss.
Does he?
20
I didn't think he had a loss.
Yeah, I think he
loss?
has one loss. Let me check that again,
Yeah,
but
we'll
I
see.
believe he had one loss.
No, I'm not sure that he does. He got dropped in his last fight. I know that, but then got the win.
Yeah.
There was Ali Boumaye chants throughout the crowd at various times, which was a little much. But no, he's good. Couldn't get him out of there. But
No,
it's
I'm
not-
wrong. 22-0.
Yeah,
I don't know where I got that from.
Now
So
22.
maybe it
Yeah.
could have been the knockdown the last fight, but
No, I must have been thinking
but
something
he
else. Maybe Esau Cruz.
Yeah,
That's right.
he has a
They
loss.
fought on the same card as Tank versus Leo Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
And Esau is 22-1.
yeah,
He's
but
good.
he Rivera, very good performance. Didn't get him out of there, but that's not the worst thing.
No, it's not the worst thing. I was watching him last night or that night, and I was thinking like, what is it that what is he doing that's going to leave people wanting to see him? You know, and I think even with he's quite basic, but he's really good with the basic stuff, and it's I don't know, it had me intrigued. You know what I mean? So I think that he could be one of those guys that just kind of matures. Again, he's only 23, but I think with his maturity, we'll start to see like some things just kind of evolve and become even better. The basics are gonna evolve, and it'll be even better. You know, so
Not having a deficiency is a good place to start.
yeah,
To be this deep in your career and like you said, very fundamentally sound and has stuff on top of that, but
And
just very sound.
I do remember he not seeing much defense from him.
Yeah.
Which doesn't really bother, so here's my thing. Slipping punches, of course, is to make the guy miss, but when you slip a punch, we always say make them miss, make them pay. And you create openings from slipping shots. And I felt like, okay, we're saying that he's not getting this guy out of there. Maybe if he had slipped a punch
And then
or
found-
two
yeah.
and then found an opening, he might have sparked something, So that was one of the things, but that's what I was doing. I was kind of looking at him like, okay, what are you doing that's going to make people want to see you, want to get behind you? You got Ali on your shorts. You got a nice flat top haircut.
White boots,
You got
trunks,
You got
the look.
You got the look, but
and a jab.
you don't want that to turn into a gimmick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I do got a feeling that he's gonna improve, and I got a feeling that those things they're gonna evolve for him.
Yeah.
That's
So-
next level boxing IQ, though. I never thought of it that way. This is you keep looking for.
yeah.
Let your let him throw some punches to set up your
and then
offense.
another guy that is pretty darn good, Jaron Boots Ennis had a brief night's work. I told Shawn and Ant at the fight, I said, if I'm Dulorme, I'm probably turning around. Like when he started to walk the ring, I thought he'd say, you know what, I've had a great career. I've been in there with some greats. I made good money.
Gotta get the check.
Maybe,
You gotta get paid, Carson.
Maybe
You gotta get the check.
this isn't for
Yeah,
me.
you got to get paid.
And he got in there and then he hit him. I predicted an early stoppage, not that early. But he landed.
said 4,
I said 4. He landed a clean shot, and I leaned to Shawn. I said 1. Partially joking, and then it was like 30 seconds later, boom. That dude is.
The first shot was we do have to say it was an illegal shot, but it wasn't on purpose.
Yeah. No.
And of course, Dulorme was going down, and I believe my dad said he spoke to either Jaron or his dad after the fight, and they said that they knew his defense was to go down, so they were preparing for that.
So they were like, "Well, let me just help you, put you down a couple of times."
But after that punch,
that dude is he's the goods.
How often do you see a guy in the first round come out, drop someone orthodox, and then switch southpaw to finish them off?
Just for fun.
It was just warming up.
No, seriously, real quick.
No, it's a valid question though, because like something's working early, and then you just decide, I'll do this.
I mean, am I wrong,
that's
Shawn?
a bit much.
That's impressive. I agree. It's a bit much. He's a bit much. I agree. He's too much.
What did I say after the fight? I said he's too much.
Yeah.
That's what I said after the
You
fight.
were speechless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say all that.
No. Inside joke.
Yeah,
But
he's I said it last week, the best young fighter in boxing, and this was that's why.
Well,
not to say Dulorme is like a huge, massive test, but Dulorme's been in there with some great guys.
I'm glad you said that because when leaving the arena, I don't know who I was talking to. I said he like that victory.
He took a big shot though.
Is like it, he did take a
big shot.
Took it.
And he wore the hell out of it.
And he was wearing what's his name?
I mean,
Lip
Earl
Ness shots
Spence.
too.
Earl Spence shot like that. You good night out
Lip
ring.
Ness shots too.
Huh?
He was wearing lip Ness shots too.
Yeah.
Lip Ness caught him clean a couple times.
Talking about Earl Spence.
I know.
Mr. Man down.
But leaving the arena, I said, yo, Dulorme's no slouch. Dulorme's not over the hill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dulorme
just
still
went
got
12 with Stan Jonas.
still got plenty of gas in the tank. You know what I mean? So this wasn't that fight where it's definitely a fight to make him look good.
Yeah.
But
It
he
wasn't supposed
took
to go like
full
that.
advantage.
Nobody thought
He
that was
took full advantage of
That
it.
was,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm the biggest like
Switched up on him and everything.
Yeah, I'm the biggest Boots fan. I didn't think it was going that way, but
Yeah, he
I
took
mean-
full advantage of the opportunity.
I agree with Shakur Stevenson. He called him the cheat code.
yeah.
It's like you put the speed to 99 and the power all the way
Man,
up.
I
and
created
both-
boxing.
Yeah.
In both hands, and like Royce mentioned, he's very athletic. He's special. I don't know what
Got the flashy look.
might be next for him.
Okay. So he should
Go
fight.
ahead.
I'm gonna tell you.
Go ahead, make it happen.
Go.
So it was originally planned, okay, so we have this little tournament going on for the WBA with Ugas. So I'm saying let Stan Jonas go ahead and fight Ugas. Let Butaev fight Boots. Butaev's good. This guy is just different. So Boots wins that fight.
Take a beating, so he'll last 5.
And just
Seconds.
And Boots then go ahead and take that belt off of Ugas.
Yeah.
I think, just
I like that because that's a great test for Boots. Butaev is a guy who's not going to step back. He's going to keep coming, and even getting hit, he's still going to try to find his way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I got a feeling that that's the next fight that can offer the resistance that we as fans or we as the people who are prognosticating his career, what are we going to see from him? When is he going to be there? I think that Butaev fight could be the one that kind of tells us exactly who Boots is.
And even, aside from a fan perspective, like the business side of boxing, it also makes sense too because, all due respect to the champion Yordenis Ugas, not the strongest draw at the box office. So if you really do get him the winner of yourself and Terrence or Errol Spence, I mean, it's a great fight and all, but it is not a blockbuster.
Yeah.
So you might as well go ahead and let him feed the belt to a kid who is going to be a blockbuster one day. You might as well. Right.
Ugas doesn't beat Boots Ennis?
No.
I love Ugas.
It'll be tough for Boots.
You
It
talk
won't
about
be
a test,
easy.
That Ugas
It won't
is
be
a test.
easy.
I think stylistically, Stan Jonas might be a tougher fight for Boots. Or not. Because he just got out,
Talked himself out of it.
Just because I think it'd be good to have that constant pressure and someone who's taking away the distance from him. A good look for his development.
I agree 100%.
And I think it'll be kind of like when Earl Smith was coming up. Keith Thurman wasn't. Kell Brook wasn't easy.
Yeah.
But he got him out of there.
So you mentioned Errol and Keith accidentally, but it ties perfectly into my point. So the whole thing with Errol his issue with Keith. Blah, 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 I was calling you out for years. You don't want to fight me, blah, blah, blah. Which you've kind of alluded to. That you're at an elite level. These young guys, it's not a step back, but it's not a title fight.
The blockbusters is what I'm looking for.
Yeah. So Errol, that was his issue. Man, Keith, he didn't give me my shot. I was calling him out. So how many times did Boots call out Errol?
Yeah.
So are you gonna be Keith now?
Now it's a business. Once you get to that level, I know people change, Carson.
I know, but it's just funny that I'm listening to it, and the people are like, yeah, Keith was ducking Errol for years. I was like, no, he was a champion. Errol was the young guy. What did he do? Went and got a belt from Kell Brook, and then he's fighting all the top guys. Same thing with Boots. When Boots gets his chance, I'm sure Errol's not scared of anyone. When it makes sense, Errol will fight him. So it's just funny that Errol always said the tables turn. I was the hunter, now I'm the hunted. Same thing with Boots.
Might be at 154 by the time.
Very well could be.
Yeah.
He's a big
Is he
kid.
signed to PBC?
No.
That's what somebody. I was arguing somebody down. They're like, no,
He's
he's not.
in like kind of a purgatory as far as
It's like when the mafia has their associate families.
What's going on now?
You know, it's like they do business.
they do business
with this
together,
other
but yeah.
family.
Is this happening?
But no, Boots is
I refer to everything as the mafia. by the way, so don't-
but Boots special
I
talent.
don't
If
know
you
about
get a
you.
chance to see Boots live, it's an experience.
Oh, yeah, it was,
We didn't get a lengthy experience watching it, but and his family and friends were rolling deep in there. They were hype.
Shout out to the Boots.
Yeah, the Boots Brigade.
I had no
Rooting interest.
I wasn't gonna go,
Yeah.
and then out of nowhere I get a text from you like, "Hey, if you're thinking about going,
Yeah,
I'm interested." I'm like, "All right, then let's
floated it out there.
let's make a field trip out
Carson's
of it."
gonna go see Boots.
Yeah, I floated it out there.
You were gonna go alone, huh?
I wasn't.
Nah, he wasn't going alone.
Okay.
But Boots is here in Vegas. He's like,
Yeah, I was like, he's here.
Boots is in Vegas. I gotta go. You know
Yeah,
what I
you
mean?
might
I
as
ain't
well.
mad at you, man. Boots is he's next.
Yeah,
Oh hell yeah!
He's next.
The best Boots since Bootsy Collins.
yeah. Ohio native.
See what you did right there, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's funky, baby.
and Bootsy Collins on the Silk Sonic album coming soon. But so then the scheduling was weird. Maybe a little bit of a complaint.
I got it, but I was like, you know what he said?
Maybe a little bit of a complaint as far as you have Boots as the co-main was just kind of strange. And so I felt like people, not just around us, but I think people in the ring or in the arena were like, "Oh, there's a fight after this," because it was like such a high.
Carson, that's how I was. But
then
I was like,
like,
hold on, Boots not fighting in the main event.
Yeah, and Jamal James.
That's my guy.
I said Boots. I have.
Jamal James, and I'm not sure if he wins, but God, did he make it so damn hard on himself? Just
That's how he fights.
Stick the jab out there.
That's how he fights.
Get on
always
your
fought like
movement. And there was
That's not a skill set.
He fought Ugas like that.
and I was just like, dude, you're just Butaev is like Shawn mentioned earlier. He's gonna get hit and he's gonna keep coming forward. And Jamal James just didn't have the heat on his shots to keep him off of him.
Yeah, and then he got a free trainer and Coach Kenny Porter. Kenny Porter. Hey, and it seemed like he was listening to Coach your dad for a minute. I was like, okay, keep doing it.
I also had no rooting interest in the fight, and I was like, just throw your jab out there, just move, circle the ring, do something.
I'm telling any young fighter, any coach, anybody out there who's got fighters, you gotta expose your athletes to as much boxing as you can. Jamal James has never seen that type of pressure until the night of the fight. How do I know that? Because I was watching him. I was in those shoes, but I was in those shoes in the gym. His reactions, his eyes, his demeanor, everything about him. I went through that. What y'all saw with him running
You been
and
there
turning.
before?
I've been there. You got to go through it in the gym.
Yeah.
You got to go through it multiple times in the gym. Was not supposed to be brand new. This is his first time seeing it. How do I know? Because when you're not used to that kind of pressure, the only thing you can think is stop moving and try to fight my ground. Because if I move, I'm running, or if I'm moving, making him feel good. And I got to stop and I got to stand my ground. And then if you can't fight that style, or you never had to fight somebody that after you hit and then move and they're right there again, it does something
Mentally,
to you.
it could damn near break you.
Yeah. So,
Just
Although he didn't
Terrence
break him, he
is-
was tough as always.
I was gonna say, Jamal James.
Jamal always shows that heart.
I was getting hyped too. I had to calm myself down.
I was gonna say Jamal James. He was getting taxed, but like you said, he was tough. It just didn't make any sense. There's I understand there's different
Yeah.
game plans you'll have, but like if your skill set is not served best by doing that, like this guy is walking you down. He's the stronger guy. There's not a lot of zip on those punches. Why are you sitting down and exchanging?
I was about to say,
Well, I
Carson,
think-
what are you talking about? He sat down his punches a couple times.
The whole
uppercut.
fight he was sitting down on his punches, and I was like, dude, just keep moving because he's the taller guy, and it wasn't suited for him. He's still a tough test. Like Jamal James on a good night, still tests a lot of these guys.
He's a tough fight. He's a tough kid too.
Tall, throws the jab out there well. It was just you're sitting down with a guy that's stronger and is going to keep going forward.
Yeah.
I think, well, he's always, I just
I'm
think
cool with that now. I know everybody's seeing what's on his head. I'm cool with that now.
Yeah, what's up with
when
the
I
Russian-
commentated his fight,
Yeah.
I was like, what is this?
Yeah, it's a tradition.
Okay, because the dude in the UFC does
Khabib.
it.
Habib Nurmagomedov.
Yeah.
Nurmagomedov.
But so, and we can touch on this before we move on to the big fight this week. So now it'll be Butaev in the final of the tournament, the WBA. Ugas Stanionis next.
When's that fight?
I don't think they've made it yet.
Ugas trying not
But
to
it's
fight,
happening.
right? Correct.
Ugas is trying not
Yeah,
to
no,
fight,
don't
and
comment,
I hope Ugas doesn't fight. Hold your ground, buddy. Stick
Give it
this
a
out.
shot.
Oh, you know what? That would have been good on the Porter Crawford undercard.
Would have been, yeah. But yeah, I think Ugas beats Stanionis, and I think Ugas beats Butaev. I think Butaev is made for Ugas because Ugas is going to be able to stand. He's a strong dude. He'll be able to stand there and counter, and he actually has some thump on his shots where he can keep Butaev off of him. So
I'm not confirming that, like I know, but he looks like it.
Yeah, I didn't get hit by him. No punches were landed. It was a blowout for anyone that thinks Shawn lost. But the big fight this weekend, unification, 168,
Undisputed.
undisputed,
What are you thinking,
That's for all
Sean?
the belts. That's for all the belts.
all the belts.
I was for most of this build up saying that I think Caleb-Plant has been undervalued in this fight. I still think he will get better work done than Billy Joe Saunders. I think early on he'll do really well, but you know, from the press conference on, and I know fighters and people that really know this sport and been in this sport tell you it's silly to overreact to a press conference or a weigh-in and these types of things. But I did feel
like saying Canelo and won afterwards would have been silly.
kind of like that. But I did feel
Who said that?
the tone changed. I said after that press conference, it's like he's giving me Canelo is Mayweather vibes in terms of I'm the best fighter in the world and I'm in my prime and I know it and I'm here and everyone else isn't on this level. You could give him to me tall, short, fast, strong, and I'm going to figure it out because I'm the best. I'm an all-around fighter. And so I'm going to take Canelo by stoppage later in the fight, not because all of a sudden I'm assessing that Plant isn't what I thought he was. It's just I'm really giving credit to the best fighter in the world, pound for pound, Canelo. I think when he cuts that distance and he knows how to move his head, which will probably be a problem early on because Caleb has good feet and he's taller than him and he's athletic.
It's gonna be a problem for Canelo.
It's going to be a
early
problem
on.
for
Yeah.
Canelo because Caleb's a good combination puncher.
And he's not going. He's not going to chase him. I know he's going to be patient. He's going to say, "Oh, you want to run today? Oh, you want to move? Oh, you think your angles are working? Oh, you think you're stepping around me?" It's going to go in one ear and out the
Canelo
other.
is inevitable
Yeah.
in some ways.
Yeah.
He's just eventually it happens.
Yeah.
Like eventually, what do you think as far as the fight? Where does Caleb pose trouble for?
Ant,
Caleb post trouble?
because you was watching film, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Some film study.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
It's like Mel Kiper in this.
yeah.
case.
a good film study.
Keys to victory for Caleb Plant.
you got three of them.
I got 3 keys to it. Don't look at it.
Hey man, do this.
Jab, 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 jab. Move and stay off the ropes. I just know he needs to pump the jab all night. Pump the jab all night. But I think when you know how Canelo likes to adjust and let you. He kind of adjusted, took the Floyd thing where he just lets you do you.
False
Now I'm
sense of
adjust.
security.
Yeah,
He's like, yeah, you're doing good.
Caleb, do not fall into
Yeah, this
After-
is easier than I
don't-
thought.
don't go back.
I'm winning.
Yeah, don't go back
because you
into-
will be winning.
Yeah, don't go back into the corner after the first round like, it's not hard. It's not that damn hard.
Yeah.
Second round, all right, he good. All right, we got to fight. No, just keep doing your thing, man. Keep moving, be slick, man. Keep the jab going all night and just move. And when Canelo get close inside, tires us up.
Yeah.
Force a reset.
Yeah.
Don't just let him get off on you. Just little things.
And Caleb's the bigger guy as well.
Yeah. Use your strength and move, and because I hate to say it, oh man, my guy gonna kill me. I'm worried about Caleb's stamina in this fight and the big shots you're gonna be taking to the body all night. Because
It's
gonna get to the point where Canelo just I can't hit you up top, bow, and you're gonna feel him to the body. But just keep moving, my man, and remember all that what you came from, trailer parks, nothing. Man, you came from nothing, turned yourself into something. Because in times in the fight, it's gonna get tough for you.
I'm not positive, but I think he's one of the few guys out there that can actually like think of moments like that, and it actually pushes him forward.
Withstands.
I'm in the moment. I'm doing what I got to do. You
don't go nowhere else.
No, I don't go nowhere else.
Yeah, sometimes you need that.
Yeah.
So, hey, if you box, do what you got to do. And when I don't know if he has the power to hurt Canelo, but when he get out the way, bow, hit him with something big. Make him think twice. But
you know what? I had a kind of a funny thought. It was what your keys are exactly what I was thinking. Jab, make sure to move. Don't sit there too long in exchanges.
Stay off the ropes.
I
feel he gonna get stuck on the ropes.
And I'm thinking, you guys know how I feel about the Lara fight.
Okay.
But Canelo won. Whether I disagree or not, Canelo won. Billy Joe Saunders, movement's doing well. His jab's doing well. We win 3 rounds on 1 scorecard.
No, he won 2 rounds.
I think he maybe won 2 at most. So it's like, does that work?
It's inevitable.
Yeah, like Floyd did it in that, but Floyd also was very offensive and was counterpunching. He
held his ground a number of times.
Held his ground. So I'm thinking, I was like, yeah, the jab and the movement makes sense. And I'm like, does it even matter? Because like people have done that and it didn't work. So I agree with Ant though, and I think that the thing for the biggest key for me with Caleb is the timing and knowing when to get out. Because you're not going to beat him just jabbing, like I said. And you have to throw combinations. You mentioned good combination puncher, but you can't stay in those exchanges too long because Canelo's going to be sitting right there, and he is going to be like Zaitel said. He gets low and he's moving his head. He's going to be right in front of you. So
Caleb he's very athletic and he's got really good reflexes.
Yeah. So I feel like you get your shots off. Get out.
And hand speed, he could put them together, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
He's going to put the hand speed together early. He's going to use the movement early. He's going to win early rounds. I'm not saying that Canelo is not going to be trying, but I just don't think that Canelo's going to be forcing anything.
Yeah.
And I think that if you don't force it against Caleb's the kind of guy who can get out in front of you, even on scorecards. So
you better watch out for that, Canelo.
I
mean, you don't want to be down 4 or 5.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
4 or 5,
but
2-0. Okay.
Yeah, no,
That's
you don't.
thing. Caleb needs to win the rounds he can.
Get them rounds in.
Bank the rounds, because if it's close and Canelo at the end of a round fires 3 shots off and lands them clean, you lost.
But I'm telling you, once we see this sense of urgency, once we see things pick up for Canelo, if Plant is able to counterpunch him and continue to move,
is that how he wins? In your opinion,
that's how he wins.
Counterpunching.
He wins by winning early rounds, counterpunching late, staying focused,
stealing around here and there,
staying in the moment, and not allowing fatigue, not allowing the way you feel, not allowing the count of the round, anything like that to disrupt his rhythm. And White Boy got rhythm.
And what is? Do you have keys for Canelo as well? Just be Canelo.
Keys.
Was it it?
That's exactly what the fuck it was. Look. Hey,
that's funny.
There's nothing else you can say
in capital letters.
Because I'm thinking the same. Because what I mentioned earlier about him being inevitable, it's just like be Canelo.
I'm not going to get to say this.
Just be the guy we've seen in all of these fights, even other than the Floyd fight. Just be that guy.
Yeah. What they're like? What?
Yeah. What else you need to do? Yeah. Best pound fighter.
Don't take your time too much.
Yeah.
Don't get down 40-36.
Now, so I'm a Plant fan. I'm rooting for Plant. I hope Plant wins. Canelo, touch him. Even if you're not winning first round, second round, third round, touch him. Let him feel you. If you allow him to feel you early, you're in his head, and things are gonna work eventually.
Yeah.
But if you can't touch him, if he not feeling you, White Boy got some rhythm.
If he could take Canelo's power, Canelo's got a big problem.
Oh yeah, if he can take Canelo's power,
Yeah, if he can take Canelo's power, this might be
that changes the whole fight.
this will be
I'm
unbelievable.
gonna come in here with a plant next week.
Yeah. He's like just the house plan.
Yeah, your plants all behind me.
I like that. And I think a lot of people go back, and I know you've mentioned it before. Is the Uzcategui fight? He did get touched a couple of times and got rocked, but he didn't go down. And obviously, Canelo's power is very different than his, but he stayed there.
And Canelo's not 6'3".
And
Like who's catching him, pulling out on the end of shots. It's a different style.
Caleb also
It's
can't
size.
duck low.
Whoa.
I was watching some highlights from that fight, and he a couple times within these exchanges would go low, which obviously you're going to at some point. Billy Joe Saunders did that.
Yeah.
He got
don't
an
do that to
uppercut
Caleb.
and got his
Don't do that to
and
Caleb.
became Two-Face and got his face broken. So
He knows the levels and he changes levels very well. You're right. Shoot, I forgot what I was gonna say.
But he was talking about how
He said something.
About how Uzcategui is
tall.
catching him, pulling out.
Thank
like
you.
He said-
Because we kind of started this a little bit about Devin and how Devin had gotten caught by Linares. It's a learning experience. I believe that was an experience for him right there too. You know what I mean? You get caught like that, you survive, or you finish the match, and then you got like everything you've been wanting right there. Like you learn some things about yourself in the moment, and you like, I got this belt now. Like nothing can hurt me.
You got your graduation ceremony kind of thing, right? Yeah.
another thing Caleb-Plant has going for him. He never been down. He's never lost. He doesn't know how to lose.
Right.
Just stay focused, man. Don't matter about what Anthony says on the podcast or everybody else.
barely knows
He's
how
not.
to lose around.
Yeah,
I know he's not
Hey,
either.
just lock in. Yeah, everybody. Just
Yeah.
lock in, baby, and do you all night. But stay on it, bro. Just don't ever try not to lose focus. You're gonna get hit with some shit too.
How do you specifically? How do you feel confidence wise? His confidence is he's not even on my level. Like Saitel said, I'm up here. Caleb's he's not even on my level. And then Caleb's like, you guys don't really understand what I'm bringing to the ring. Do you read maybe more into one's confidence versus the other?
I think they're both of their confidence levels are where they're supposed to be. And I think that is like who they both are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think that that Caleb's confidence is fake or he's putting on anything like that. I think he's ready to shock the world, wants to shock the world. And then Canelo has done it all. You know what I mean? And he's like, yep, this is just another one for me. And I'm going to fight 4 times next year. That's
another-
him. That's not, he's not overconfident. He's not overlooking Caleb. I think that he's just like, I'm going to handle the business. You know what I mean?
Well, he said about Caleb, I know he has a good jab. I know he's a very good boxer. That's what Floyd used to do. You know, he's strong. He's young. You know,
Hell of a fighter.
Right. It wasn't like Floyd, despite feeling he was so much better than his opponents, actually underestimated them. Like he knew exactly what made them a championship caliber fighter. And it sounds like Canelo does have that. He better have the respect, but it sounds like he does for Caleb, and that's good. So he's not overlooking him.
And then one thing I found when I was looking into this, obviously Canelo been at this level for years.
Yeah.
First big fight, 2012 versus Shane Mosley. So he's been getting it done for years. In 2012, Caleb wasn't even a pro yet.
Yeah.
Caleb has only defeated one undefeated fighter his whole career, Mike Lee. Stuff like that is like, that resume, man, that resume.
I'm curious about the thing I'm most curious about, and you mentioned Mike Lee makes me think of, is Caleb put him down, I don't know how many times in that fight.
3, 4.
His power is what I'm most intrigued by.
Caleb's power.
Yeah.
He's got some power.
Because it's not something where I don't.
He got some
I don't
pop.
Not that I felt it. Not that I
No,
felt
hell no. November 20th.
I think that left hook has
By the
pop.
pay-per-view.
That's what dropped Uzcategui twice.
Yeah, I wonder
it.
if.
I forgot about that.
I wonder if, like you mentioned, Canelo's saying, he's got a great jab, he's a great boxer, he's this, he's that. I wonder if that power is what can make Canelo say, oh, okay. Maybe this was a little more than I thought. We mentioned being able to take Canelo's power. I don't think Canelo's going to be like, holy shit, and get dropped and like, well, a huge puncher. But I wonder if it'll at least like kind of surprise him, like, okay, that's something I have to
He
adjust
just needs to get his respect.
Yeah.
He doesn't-
But in a
he
Triple
doesn't-
G
yeah.
fight, he didn't even care about the power of the second fight.
Yeah,
He
no.
said, F it. I was like, who says F it against hands of stone?
Yeah, both of those guys, Triple G and Canelo, both were just like, I don't, like, they just disregard power. They're like, whatever you hit me with, you hit me with.
But those counter hooks or counter shots has to count.
Yeah.
Because those, Counter shots hurt more when you don't see him? Okay,
Shot.
cool. Counter shots hurt more when you don't see him?
The shot you
That's
don't
what
see
I've been
coming.
told,
All right.
except by Shawn now.
Look that way. Let me punch you.
Yeah, they always say the shot you don't see
Yeah.
coming is the one that does damage.
So make those matter, man.
Depends on the counter.
Yeah.
Like I'll go ahead and teach a quick lesson. Usually, guys when they counter, they're pulling back, and so it's more of a quicker punch than it is a powerful punch. So of course you got the thing where you're pulling back, but the guy's coming at you.
Yeah.
That type of
Or
thing. So,
the
but
guy
for the
that
most
fought
part,
Zepeda.
yeah. But for the most part, if it's like again, like that counter was like he slipped inside or to the outside of the punch and threw a punch. That's
Yeah.
different from pulling back, and then you're not
throwing
bringing
out.
as much power with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
If he does get Canelo's respect, it will be, I think, with that left hook. I think he'll finish up combinations with the left hook too.
I think the best part about this fight is I think we'll be able to kind of like we'll be able to see like what these guys are thinking, what these guys are feeling like, because I got a feeling like this thing is gonna like overlap and there's gonna be some different like energies going through the course of the fight. So
And Ant made a really good point. I don't know if you're gonna make it now. If you are, we're the same person. But Ant mentioned the trainers, the difference in experience with the trainers. Eddie Reynoso, not only with Canelo has he been around forever.
I mean,
he's
it's
got
no-
all these champions.
no secret, Caleb is up against the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Official predictions, Zaitel?
I'll take
Hold on. What size the ring? Because that's going to matter.
Yeah.
whatever size Canelo wants it to be, probably.
I would agree, probably.
But then again, is that even true? Saunders got his
Yeah,
way,
that's
so
what I was saying.
I don't think he
Saunders
cares.
got his way and then got his way out of there. You think?
I say Plant definitely does better than Saunders. He gets his respect out there from people who may think he's a joke or not overmatched. I think he gets his respect, but I think Canelo stops him late. Wouldn't be that surprised if Plant can make the distance. Again, I think he does good early. I just think Canelo is going to show why he's such a superb fighter. He'll start slipping the shots. He'll get in close, and when he hits the body, I think the fight will change. I think when he really starts to get to that body, the fight will change and he'll take over. And I think he'll stop Plant in the second fight, or in the second half. Not because Plant's going to fold or is weak mentally or
And that's
nothing like
definitely
that.
not going to happen.
So that's how I see it.
Caleb's got kind of a wide body too. Like comparatively, like guys like Triple G are kind of slender, I guess, for lack of a better term, for their weight. Caleb's kind of yoked up. So
Don't count him out from pulling this off. Definitely
no, absolutely not. I think I agree. What do you think, Ant?
I'm definitely counting him out for pulling this off.
Okay.
I don't give Caleb a chance.
Official prediction.
Official prediction. Caleb defense worries me. He actually pulls straight back and keeps his hands down a lot, way more than he should. He doesn't protect his chin a lot. He relies more on his quickness than actually blocking the shots. He think he can actually get out of avoid every shot. Also, about an 8th, 9th round, Canelo-Plant is not the same Canelo-Plant in the first round. He drops a lot stamina wise. Does he have Coach Wade? Because I got a prediction with Coach Wade or without Coach
Yeah,
Wade.
you got Wade.
Oh, okay. Without Coach Wade, 6 rounds. He got Coach Wade?
Yeah.
9th round stoppage. Canelo.
I'm just going to ask you, even though you're not going to say anything.
No, I don't make predictions.
Yeah, perfect. Do you have an overall thought of the fight, though?
Man,
just a quick. You don't have to make a prediction.
If
but
this happens,
how
this happens.
How does
Caleb
it-
wins early rounds.
Yeah.
He's gonna win early rounds. Once Canelo turns it on, there's gonna be a big storm.
Yeah.
If Caleb can handle that storm,
Man, I would love for him to do it.
Yeah.
and fight and give back,
I think I might
he
change my
will win the
prediction.
fight. He will win the fight.
I have Canelo winning, but I think it's the decision. I don't think.
Oh!
I don't think he stops Caleb.
Look at that. Why don't you just look at that?
I've said Canelo's going.
When you see somebody like that, you say, just look at that.
No, I've said Canelo's going to win the whole time. But I don't see Caleb getting broken down. I think this means so damn much to him. I think he's going to be in there. I think he'll tell his body, hey, just get me through.
Yeah.
Because there might be some times where he just says, hey, I'm probably losing, going to take some damage, but there's no quitting him.
Dig
So I
deep,
think-
my
Canelo's
man.
got that precision to tell your brain, I don't care what you.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Very possible.
Body shot, liver, sit down.
And I said, you know, I don't know if we had the exact same childhood, but I remember coming up, nothing, government assistant, food stamps. I know it's hell. And you survived hell, so you feel like you can go through this, but now you got to face hell again.
Yeah. Yeah. And Canelo's also mentioned he came up in a similar way. He had similar struggles growing up. But it's gonna be a great fight. I know that for sure. We're not even gonna touch it.
Love the undercard.
Yeah, Anthony Durrell's there. Shout out to Anthony Dog. What up? But outside of that, and then
what?
I was just gonna say, this is your last show.
Real quick. So let me go back real quick. This is my last show. That's why I pulled out. You know, I tried to get it as best as I could. I actually came in from the gym, so
look at the inside of it.
Didn't make sense.
Bro, that's crazy.
Look at me.
Is that Versace?
No,
Versace.
that's about as Versace as my shirt. Sean's fight.
It's coming soon.
I'm getting one.
It's coming soon. Yeah.
They make the big boys.
What size is you? What
We're
size
2X,
is you?
2X boys.
2X gang.
2?
Yeah, the Dudley boys.
In this? You took
Yes.
this?
Yes.
It's like a combination of Hulk Hogan, a marching band, and the Hamburglar.
Look, man, I did the best I could.
Part of it, yeah. It's not that close, but go ahead. What
But
were
it
you
looked,
saying?
it's sharp.
Oh, you tried to match?
And it felt good.
You didn't try to match this.
No, I was trying to match something. I had something I was trying to match. Anyway,
Yo, Keith Thurman fight.
what I wanted to do was real quick, just kind of give everybody, because this is my last show, more than likely.
Suspense.
Just kind of let everybody know that like the camp has been amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like everything is right on time. Shawn has had the pleasure of being at a lot of my camps, but actually in this camp much more than ever before. And you know, so I think that even like when I'm out of here, you could probably let them know what's going on. But man, I thought that my guy Vernell Lucas, chiropractor, came to town, and
I almost caught a murder charge.
So here's the quick backstory real quick, and
Tried to kill him.
and we're gonna show video why I'm bringing this up.
No, he talking about me. You ain't
Don't do it.
Don't put that. You put my video in there.
No,
I don't. You wasn't gonna do it. Don't do it.
Should I? It is.
You told this story before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
Don't
told
worry
this
about
early
it.
when we had the old setup. The
Well,
better
boom.
setup.
As you watch the video, just listen to me. So Vernell is a chiropractor, but so I asked him one time, I was like, yo, how did you get into this? And because he played a lot of ball, played overseas and all that kind of stuff. He says, once I was done with ball, he said, and I think he was playing with me, but you know his work. He said, I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. And he said, I was just looking at my elbows one day. And I said,
You told this too.
I could probably use these. You know what I mean? So that's what he does. But
I made a Johnny Cage reference.
make sure you watch this part of the segment, because he came to the house and went to work on me. The first day he worked for an hour, and then he was like, yo, I'm coming back tomorrow, and I think we need to do 2 hours. Like, who does 2 hours
Sean's
of
5'10"
chiropractic
now.
work?
Prepare for
you know
that.
What I mean? Yeah, like he's like, I'm getting there. You know what I mean? So when you thought that everything that I've done to this point was like the best of the best and the best that I could do, like I'm always prepared to go to another level. And I just wanted to say publicly, thank you, Vernell, for coming in and getting my body right.
Throw them bows.
My dude is standing on my hamstrings. He's standing on my forearms. He
He ain't a little dude either.
Nah, and he working on my neck. I mean, he getting me all the way right. The dude, the whole time he's working on me, and I know we were gonna bring him on a Motivational Monday episode eventually. The whole time he's working on me, he's just like, dude, how are you punching? Dude, how are you walking? And I get what he's saying. He's saying that you're able to do these things because of this. He says, but I just want to let you know, like, your stuff can function much more than you are allowing it to function. And he knows I take care of my body, but he's like, yo, you just need this. You know what I mean? So I will be 5'10" on the night of the
and
fight.
all those jokes about Sean Power out the window.
Yo, something real is coming.
I've seen some heat in camp.
Some heat.
Yep.
Something
And
real
I'll leave
is
it at
coming.
that.
And this coming out
Harlem
Tuesday,
Heat.
so we got 8 rounds left, baby.
Yeah.
8 rounds left.
yeah.
I text Sean the other day, we had 12 rounds left.
yeah,
12
yeah.
days of hell.
The other thing, I felt like we like fast forward past my
okay.
birthday. Yeah, we got a little bit of time, just a little bit. I feel like we fast forward past my
We
birthday.
got you something.
Yeah, but we ain't talk about my birthday.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. Because we had done paintball already.
And we did hibachi in the
Yeah, we did
backyard.
hibachi in the
that was a
backyard.
good
But we
time.
ain't talk about paintball, did we?
Yeah, we did. Because remember, I had the wound
Hendry.
from Hendry.
Yeah, he said
Yeah.
Hendry was tripping. Now I
Oh.
said Hendry was card.
Oh, well, what the hell?
I don't know.
No, the dinner
I
was
felt
good.
like we just skipped past my
No.
birthday.
Hibachi dinner was good.
Maybe I should start watching the shows back.
Yeah, I would say so. Hey, man, they didn't talk about my birthday. It was a little brisk. It was a little brisk for the little cold outside.
Bocce in the
But yeah, I felt
backyard.
good, though.
Well, shoot. Then I guess we
Y'all-
got nothing else to say.
Y'all forgot my
Start the
invite, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't get no boxing.
Oh no, we talked. We
Did karaoke for your
We made
dad's
amends.
birthday?
We made amends. And yeah, you came back from my dad's birthday
Karaoke.
too, so,
Oh
yeah.
man,
Hey.
Carson can sing. He's got brother.
I was the only one that could control the system.
Did you leave before he did his
Yeah.
his song?
Yeah.
My man sung "Midnight Train to Georgia"
Oh, there you go.
leaving.
and asked me to sing with them. And like halfway
you were
through, I'm
like,
like,
I'm
why
good,
do I
you don't
need to
need
sing?
me?
Yeah, I was like, why do I need? You got this. You know what I mean?
I was
So,
just there for ad libs, and I was the
that
only
soul.
one that could figure out the system for a while.
Got
So.
that soul.
God bless you guys.
Wait, when you'll see him
See you
after the fight.
See you after the fight.
He'll see you with his hand raised.
Man, like
after
literally the
12th
Sunday
round.
after. Wow.
Oh no, yeah. Well, I got plans for this podcast
Okay,
after the
okay.
fight. I got
We're
plans.
going live in the ring. Stay tuned.
Bring that belt.
What's up? I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Ant. Follow me on IG with 2 T's.
This is the Porter Way Podcast. This is Anthony Brunel, and this is Carson A. Merck. Tell them what to do.
Hey, like, subscribe, comment, follow us on all social media platforms.
Subscribe.
I'm from Louisiana. I'll talk with a B. Let's do it. Let's do it again. Let's
All
do
right, just introduce yourself.
Okay.
And then tell them, and then you tell them what to do.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Porter Way
already.
Podcast.
You're already here.
Hey, this is our outro. We're gonna do it how we want to.
I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Anthony Brendel.
Carson A. Merck. Like, subscribe, comment.
This is the Porter Way.